Hello, CPW. This is your main man, Tom Lindsay, with my Q&A. First of all, bless up all NHS workers, all key workers, everybody who's keeping everything going at the minute in these weird times. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. So, without further ado, let's look at my cracking questions from you lot. Starting with, this one's from Lewis Moonsley. I don't know who that is. And his question is, are you friends with Craig West and Scott Oberman? Also, can you please give 3 of their best qualities as people? I'm friends with Craig West and Scott Oberman. Well, I mean, Scott Oberman's all right. Fantastic wrestler, grappler, technician, tag team specialist. But he's probably a little bit too tall for my liking. Probably got a bit too much height, and his hair's a bit too long. So, I mean, Scott Oberman's all right, I guess. Craig West, I'd say the only time I'm mates with Craig West is when I don't have to see him, not physically have to see him anywhere. So as long as he's not about, and I don't have to talk to him and you know, don't have to talk to him or anything like that, then yeah, he's probably one of my best mates. You know, three best qualities for both of them. They're I'll do one good quality, and then if I do another one of these and they want a couple more, I'll probably have more time to think about them. So one good quality about both of them is they're both from up north. I don't know, is that all right? Anyway, next question. This is from Rob Clark, and his question is, how did it feel to wrestle Flash Morgan Webster? Cheers, Rob, for that question. It felt great, to be honest, having a guy who's you know, on the roster for NXT UK. Flash was obviously a part of CPW right at the beginning, when I first started training. So for it to come full circle and for me to step into the ring with Flash was absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from him. Got my ass handed to me a bit, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, it was fantastic. Great to be in the ring with. It was a great night. Fantastic atmosphere. I seem to remember that it all went a bit wrong at the end because Santa Claus actually started to beat me up at the end as well, which was a bit out of order. Because you know, I was under the assumption that he wasn't even real, but anyway, that's just how it went. It was great, Rob. Yeah, it was fantastic. Thank you for your question. Right, the next question is from Ashley Corbett. CPW has some great young talent. How do you rate the likes of Bashby, Morris, and Lucia? Yeah, they have got some great young talent. Bashby, for me, is one of the standouts. I think he's consistently having great matches. Very athletic. Hasn't reached his full potential yet, and you know, he can only get better than he already is. So I'm a big fan of Bashby. Morris, another fantastic talent. I've been in a couple of matches with Morris. Bit too much leather. Because sometimes, you know, when you're trying to, like, when he grabs hold of you and that, the leather rubs against your skin. Do you know what I mean? And it can get a little bit sore. Like, so I don't enjoy that aspect of Morris. And I'm not really a fan of motorbikes because they're a bit too loud. Do you know what I mean? There's no need for bikes to be that loud. But again, Morris is fantastic. All joking aside, to see him right at the beginning when he was just a trainee, and see his progression to where he's at now, and again, like Bashby, he'll only improve. Lucia again, she slapped me, which wasn't good. That was a little bit out of order, if I'm honest. I've also had at the elimination match a bit of an unlikely pairing of me and Lucia. We come together to beat up Alex Connors, which was is Alex Connors Welsh, or is he just because of the accent? I'm not entirely sure where he's from. But yeah, Lucia's okay. Lucia could benefit from making, you know, friends with like another sort of female talent. She could do with being friends with somebody like Chantal Jordan or something. I don't know. She'll have to try and work that out herself, because I don't think they're friends, but because she's not mentioned it. But anyway, so thank you for your question. But they've put, what does it take to be successful in CPW? Hard work, training, listening to your trainers, watch a ton of wrestling, not just WWE stuff. Watch as much as you can to learn as many aspects as you can. And the most important one, always ask for feedback, whether it be whether it be somebody give you some negative feedback, some way you can improve, or you know, even asking what worked in a match. Always ask for feedback, and don't take it too personally if that feedback is negative, because you need to learn and you need to know what works and what doesn't work. So that would be my best advice, really. Not enough people ask for feedback, but they should be, because obviously you can't see yourself when you're in the ring, so you need somebody to give you that feedback. Joe Ryan has asked, which one of your title wins was the most satisfying? Now, I'm probably not going to pick a title win, but I think the most satisfying for me was when I was the CPW Heavyweight Champion, and I started the elimination match at number 1 and won the thing and kept hold of my title. That was probably the most fulfilling, because obviously, you know, I went through the entirety of the roster to keep hold of the title. So that was probably the best one. Next is from Blake Hurst. Who would you say has been the most successful in CPW? Will Starr or you? Will has had a fantastic run in CPW. He's achieved a lot. Obviously, there's only been 2 people who've held the lineal championship, and Will's one of them. And that's something that I haven't achieved yet. So if you're talking about the top prize, then I understand if you want to put Will as more successful than me. However, I have won 2 elimination matches. I have won 2 heavyweight titles. I have battered the majority of the roster. I am currently the longest reigning, or was the longest reigning CPW heavyweight champion. I've been there a lot longer. I'm probably better looking. I know you can't class that success, but it does go. It is a tick in the box for me, and I just think overall, I'm probably a lot cooler than he is. I know he's got like the long hair and that, and he comes out to like the grunge music and everything. But you know, that's just a phase. Like, he'll get over that. Whereas I've sort of consistently been pretty cool to look at, and in terms of my personality, I am probably one of the coolest in CPW. You know, a lot of people try, but it's see, I don't try and be cool. That's what I'm saying. I just naturally am. So who's the most successful? I mean, that's for you to decide. But you will probably, I'll probably just edge it. Thank you for the question. This one is from Superfan Chloe. Who would be your top 5 CPW stars of all time? Ooh. Well, I've got to be me. I've got to be number 1. Number 1. I have to put my nemesis, Jake Casanova, in there. Obviously, because we've just gone back and forth for years. So that would be 1. I mean, you have to put Mr. Richards in because we've had a bit of a scrap. Top 5. You'd have to say. I guess you'd have to put. I'll tell you what, I'll put Brandon Thomas in as well. He did a lot for CPW, and I'd have to put Flash Morgan Webster in, just because, like I said, he's been there. He was there at the beginning, and obviously we all know where he is now. So yeah, that'd be my top. That'd be the top 5, I think, in terms of the impact made by them. So yeah, that's what I'd say. This one's from Mr. Richards. Of course it is. Very few get to experience it, but you did. So can you explain what it is, means, and takes to be the number 1 talent in CPW? Well, that's nice that Mr. Richards said that. Obviously, we've had quite a storied history. What it means to be number 1 in CPW, I guess, is that you've made enough of a mark on the company to warrant being in those sort of high-profile matches and title opportunities, and wrestling the likes of Flash Morgan Webster, and so you know, it means you're I don't want to say the best, because there's always somebody out there better than you, but whatever, it means you're the best, which is, let's be honest, which is me. I am pretty good, if we're being honest. What it takes to be number 1, a lot of hard work, perfecting your game plan in your matches, how you're going to approach a match, knowing your opponent, knowing what they're about, and trying to second guess what they're going to do next or stay one step ahead of them. So you know, and if I took to being number 1 like a duck to water, but I mean that was always going to be the case, because I'm pretty good. So Mr. Richards, and you know that anyway, because I kicked your head about for about half hour, so you know how good I am. So let's not muck about there. Right, this one comes from well, he's put your best friend Wes. I'm gonna make this clear on video now. He's not my best friend. I mean, he's just Wes. So anyway, his question is: we all know you are a wrestling god, which is, that's, if it's true. If you had to pick one person out of all CPW to be your tag team partner and go after the tag championships, who would it be, and what would your tag team be called? Also, can I have a hug? Well, you can't have a hug. And I think you should be adhering to social distancing rules at the minute. So no, you can't have a hug. And to be honest, Wes, you shouldn't be hugging anybody. That's a really, really daft thing to say by a daft person. If I was to start a tag team, in an ideal world, I'd just have another one of me, because then we sort of, it'd be a given that we'd win the tag championships. I don't know, probably somebody like Isaac Quinton. Yeah, I reckon we'd be a good tag team. We've teamed up before actually, and we're quite successful, but we never made it official. So maybe when this is all said and done, we'll go after those tag belts together. In terms of the name for the team, I don't know. We could be called, take your pick. It doesn't really matter about the name. The proof will be in the pudding when we walk away with the tag titles. Names, I don't know. The two blokes, the top wrestlers. I don't know. We'll think of a name anyway, and it'll be whatever name we come up with. It'll be absolutely fantastic, Wes. But honestly, don't go about hugging people, because it's against the rules. Right, this is from Laura Harper. Do you ever see a time where you are the CPW lineal heavyweight champion? Yes, without a doubt. I know Will Starr's got it at the minute. He might. He's just borrowing it in my eyes. I know I think the idea with the lineal championship is that anybody who's in the running for it, in contention for it, all they have to do is issue a challenge. So, I could in theory do that at any time, but I'm sort of picking my moments with that, because I've got a few other things to do before I do that. But definitely, and I think I should have it, and it'd look bloody great on me. It's one of the only championships, by the tag titles, that I haven't held in CPW. So there's no point in being at CPW if you don't want to go for titles, and obviously that is the top one. So yeah, I'll have it. I'll have it one day. I'll have it when I'm ready. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for your question. Okay, and my last question is from Lucia Lee. When are we teaming up again, Lindsay? Wasp and Lioness connection. Also, if you had to book your own CPW show, say 5 matches, what would you book? We probably won't team up again, because there's no need. I don't see a point where we. I don't see a reason why we would. Good name though. If we were to, I guess that's what we could call ourselves. If I was to book my own show, I'd probably be in. I'd have to be in every match, and each one would probably be for a title, because I reckon I've got as good a chance as anyone to win them all in one night. So I'd have obviously me and IQ3 for the tag titles. I'd do that. We'd probably win that quite quickly, because you see, the thing is, I'd have to win that quick, because I've got like 4 of the matches then. So I'll get IQ3 can do most of the work in that one, and then we'll win that, and then I'll take I'll go for the what's the one that Bashby's got? I'll have that off him, I'm a bit bigger than him, so I could probably. I mean, the only thing with Bashir is you just got to slow him down because he likes to sort of ping about the place. But if you can slow him down, you see, I reckon I'll have him then. I'll have that off him, and then I'll have, like, you know, the heavyweight championship, which obviously Freddie, Fifi, Russell, Cleo won at the elimination match. So I'd probably, I reckon I mean, I've eliminated him from 2 elimination matches before, and had titles off him before. So I reckon I'd have that. I'd have that no matter what name he's got. He'll probably be going by a different name by then anyway. But I'd take that off him, and then 2 more matches. Obviously, and then I think I won't go for a title in the 4th one. I'll do like have like a battle royale or something, and have a few of the faces in there, and I'll just eliminate them to show, you know, sort of get as many people in one show that you could beat. So I'd have some sort of little rumble type thing which I'd win, and then the main event I'd have it'd be me versus Will Starr for the lineal championship, and we'll make that exciting or something. We'll have like a really exciting match, you know, like a submission one or something sort of high octane action, and I'd win that. So that would be my 5 matches, which I think would probably be the most watched CPW show in existence, because I'm in every match, and it'd be an interesting concept, but one that I would thrive in. So there's my answer, Lucia, and that's it for my questions. So thank you for sending them in. Stay safe, everybody. Make sure you follow the rules. Don't be hugging anybody, Wes. Make sure you're engaging on the CPW page. They're putting a lot up at the minute. I mean, if my vote counts, I mean, Kev won that beefing hands down. I don't know if Mr. Race can show his face again, really, because he got absolutely wrecked. He got wrecked. So anyway, have a good one. Enjoy the sun from a safe distance. I'll see you when this is all done. Thanks.